There was once a little kitten named Miu Miu. He had soft golden fur that shimmered like morning sunlight, a curly tail that looked like a question mark, and big round eyes that sparkled like glass marbles. Miu Miu lived with his mom in a small cottage on the edge of the forest. Their home had a blooming garden, a white picket fence, and birds singing sweet songs every morning. Miu Miu was a sweet and gentle kitten. He loved cuddling with his toys, listening to bedtime stories, and napping in warm sunbeams. But there was one thing he dreaded more than anything else: school. One crisp autumn morning, sunlight peeked through the window and danced across the bed. A gentle breeze carried the scent of jasmine. Miu Miu's mom gently nudged him awake. "Rise and shine, Miu Miu," she whispered. "Today is your very first day of preschool." Immediately, Miu Miu pulled the blanket over his head. "I don't want to go," he mumbled. "I'm scared. I don't know anyone there." His mom chuckled softly, stroking his back gently. "Everyone feels that way their first time," she said. "Even I was scared on my first day. But you'll meet new friends, learn fun things, and I'll be right here when school's over." Miu Miu hesitated, but finally got up. He brushed his teeth, washed his face, and put on the green striped shirt his mom had laid out the night before. She slipped a tiny backpack over his shoulders. It had a smiling goldfish on it. Inside was his lunch, a water bottle, and a handkerchief that smelled like lavender. A bright green caterpillar-shaped school bus pulled up to their home. The driver was a chubby brown bear wearing sunglasses, humming a silly tune. Miu Miu climbed on the bus. There were already a few kids there, a fluffy puppy tooting a toy horn, a squirrel nibbling on an acorn, and a shy white bunny gazing out the window. Everyone looked just as nervous as he did. "Hi, everyone," Miu Miu said shyly. The puppy looked up and grinned. "I'm Bim. What's your name?" "Miu Miu." And just like that, Miu Miu found his very first friend on the school bus. The preschool, called Forest Sprout Academy, appeared behind the tall pine trees. The building was painted soft orange with a front door shaped like a mushroom. Colorful flags fluttered in the breeze above the wooden gate that read, "Welcome, little learners." A wise-looking owl with round glasses greeted the children at the entrance. "Hello, sweet ones. I'm Miss Hootie," she said warmly. "Today is the start of a brand new adventure. I'm so happy you're here." Miu Miu clung tightly to his mom. "Mama, I'm still scared." She knelt beside him and wrapped him in a soft hug. "It's okay to be scared, but I believe in you. I'll be waiting right here when your day is done." He nodded slowly and followed the other kids inside. The classroom looked like a cozy treehouse. There were reading nooks, coloring corners, building blocks, and even a play kitchen. Paintings from last year's students decorated the walls: rainbows, animals, stars, and handprints. First, it was time for introductions. Each student took a turn saying their name, favorite activity, and one thing they were excited about. When it was Miu Miu's turn, he whispered, "I'm Miu Miu. I like sunbathing and bedtime stories." The class clapped, and Miss Hootie beamed. "You were very brave to share that, Miu Miu. Wonderful job." After that, it was art time. Each child got a big sheet of paper and a box of crayons. Miu Miu sat next to a squirrel named Nala. Together, they drew a forest full of trees and a little house nestled beneath them. In the corner of the picture, Miu Miu drew a golden kitten napping under a tree. "You draw really well," Nala said. "You too," Miu Miu replied with a shy smile. Next came lunchtime. The teacher handed out warm veggie muffins and berry juice. Miu Miu opened his lunchbox. Inside were fish-shaped rice balls, rolled eggs, and carrot slices shaped like flowers. He looked around and saw Bim munching on cheesy sausages and Nala holding up a sandwich filled with walnuts and honey. "Want to try a bite?" Nala offered. Miu Miu nodded and shared a piece of his egg roll in return. The three of them giggled as they swapped little pieces of their lunches. After lunch came story time. Miss Hootie sat in a rocking chair with a giant picture book titled "The Turtle That Could Fly." The class sat in a circle, eyes wide with wonder. Miu Miu curled up next to Nala as Miss Hootie read about a little turtle who built wings out of leaves and soared across the sky. When she read the part about the turtle flying through a rainbow, the whole class gasped. "Whoa!" Miu Miu smiled. It felt just like listening to stories at home. Then came nap time. Each child had a cozy mat shaped like a giant lily pad. Miss Hootie turned off the lights and played soft music. Miu Miu curled up tight, listening to the soft breathing of the friends around him. His dreams were filled with turtles, rainbows, and clouds shaped like cats. That afternoon, his mom waited by the gate. Miu Miu ran up and hugged her tight. "Mama, I had so much fun. I made 2 friends, Bim and Nala. We drew pictures, shared lunch, and heard a story about a turtle who could fly." His mom smiled warmly. "That sounds amazing, sweetie. So, do you want to go back tomorrow?" Miu Miu nodded excitedly. "Yes, tomorrow I want to draw the rainbow from the story, and maybe a flying cat too." From that day on, Miu Miu looked forward to school. Every day brought something new, learning to wash hands properly, folding napkins, baking cookies, hunting for hidden treasures in the playground, and counting acorns during math time. One day, he tripped while climbing the slide and scraped his paw. Nala quickly brought him a pink heart-shaped bandage. Another day, Bim got homesick and teary-eyed. Miu Miu sat beside him, handed him a crayon, and said, "Want to draw something silly together?" Miu Miu no longer feared school. In fact, he started waking up early, brushing extra carefully, and humming cheerful tunes on the bus ride every morning. Then came the big event, the Shine and Share Talent Day. Each student would perform something in front of the class. Some sang, others danced. Bim practiced blowing his toy trumpet. Nala rehearsed a ribbon dance. But Miu Miu? He felt unsure. "I can't dance or play an instrument," he muttered to himself. Then he remembered how much he loved stories. So he went up to Miss Hootie and said, "Can I tell a story instead?" That night, he practiced in front of the mirror with his mom. She helped him stand tall and speak clearly. He picked his favorite tale, The Cat Who Climbed a Rainbow. On the big day, Miu Miu wore a crisp white shirt and stood in front of the class, heart pounding. But as he started to speak, the fear melted away. He told his story with wide eyes and waving paws. He even meowed in funny voices. The whole room erupted in applause. His mom, sitting in the front row, clapped the loudest. That night, snuggled in bed, his mom whispered, "So, my brave kitten, how do you feel now?" Miu Miu curled into her arms, purring softly. I think I love school now, Mama. I have friends, I have stories, I even have a rainbow cat. I'm not scared anymore." His mom kissed his forehead. "You're growing up beautifully, my little star." Outside the window, the moon smiled down as Miu Miu drifted into dreams filled with flying turtles, dancing rainbows, and laughter echoing through the trees.